Good morning, YouTubers. We have a couple gray squirrels and a black squirrel, it looks like, out there eating. I don't know how they manage among all that rabbit poop. I like the rabbits, but I don't like what they leave behind. Anyway, so I'm up this morning. I was up at about 10. I actually got up at about 10. Started waking up at about 8. But just kept dozing off again. Let's see. Leland's been playing, Casey's napping, checking my email. My computer, I have 2 operating systems on it. And so I go between operating systems depending on what I'm doing. 99% of the time I use Linux, but lately I've had a few issues with Linux, so I'm going to update to a newer version probably this weekend after I do some backups and then see if that resolves them. Because I've had to do a lot of things, not a lot of things, but some things on the Windows side, and I don't like Windows. So I am, I'll update my Linux this weekend and get back to it, and I've just had a few things that are broken on it, and I've had this for probably a year and a half, maybe. Probably a year and a half. So, even though I do my updates and stuff, I think I just need to get the newer version. I've got a pork roast. It was frozen, but I've got it in some brine, so it'll thaw and soak up the brine. I'm not dressed yet, so you're looking at squirrels.
Not where we're going with it.
Looks like it needs a little help on a couple spots, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad Sleepy's off the tracks.
Can I turn them off?
Why?
Because look at that tire.
What?
See that tire?
What? He's got a flat?
No. Where's the wheels off the trunk? All the wheels seem to be on the trunk.
Okay, well, how can you tell if he's going to move since you have him turned off?
Because gotta let him have a few minutes. Hey, maybe while you're walking, maybe you can rub this side in there. Okay? You can walk him in. Oh, sorry.
Derailment, warning.
Ding, 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 ding. Watch this side.
Okay. Wow. He can fly.
No, he's not flying.
He's not flying?
No.
What's he doing?
He was just going.
What is it?
That's a loopy-loop.
Oh, a loopy-loop. Huh. Well, what about the train? What are you going to do about that?
The train?
Yeah, what are you going to do about that?
It's in the mud.
It's in the mud?
Yeah, and I can't do anything about that.
Is that a crack about my housekeeping?
What? There's mud in the middle here.
Oh.
Because when you step in it, your feet might get buried.
Really?
And you might not be able to get it out.
Ever? Well, then I guess you won't get dinner if I step in it, huh?
Yeah. You'll just be stuck.
I'll just be stuck. Well, obviously Pete's taking a nap. He crossed his arms to stay warm, and Sleepy decided that would be a good, cozy place for a little nap of his own. Silly cat. Meanwhile, Pharaoh's on duty. And Curly is sleeping, I'm sure, on the other side of Pete in the chair. Holy cat. I can hear him purring from over here about 4 feet away. I hope I have enough light for you guys to see my dinner because it looks so good. I took the pork roast that I had out, and once it was, I thought it in the what's that called? Brine. I thawed it in the brine with garlic and all kinds of good flavors. You can put whatever you want in yours. Of course, a ton of salt because that's what a brine is. And then after a couple hours, I sliced it in thick slices and continued to brine it till I was ready to make dinner. I just seared them in duck fat in my big Farberware big chicken fryer, which is pretty huge. Then, and I also added 2 onions cut in half, and they also were in there. And then the last half hour or so, I threw in some Brussels sprouts that were cut in half. I poured off all of the liquid and replaced it with some balsamic vinegar. So the onions, meat, and Brussels sprouts have been cooked in the balsamic vinegar. And then this is mashed turnips with sour cream on top because I've got quite a bit of butter in it. I've got about, I have 3 turnips, about a half a brick of cream cheese, a couple tablespoons of butter, and the last of the pork, or the big bacon fat, just for flavor. And then I added, it was a little thin, so I added about 2 tablespoons of potato flakes, which I haven't even opened the box in months, so I mean, we use them never anyway. And but to thicken them up, which you could see it worked. And then I have a big plop of sour cream on top. There's enough butter in them that I didn't need to add more, but of course Leland and I like sour cream on everything, don't we, Leland?
Yeah.
So we just finished a game of skip ball with Leland and Pete and I, and Leland said he wanted to play with his toys while we played a game. So Pete and I are playing a game. Pete's dealing. Leland is going to play with his toy. Hiccup, excuse me. Leland's going to play with his toys.
We'll get a walking board.
And we're going to play our game. Just an update on how the evening's going.
Right? Jig, jig.
How does it go again?
Jig, jig.
One more
Right?
time.
Jig, jig.
Okay, I think I got it now. Thanks. Hi guys. I don't know what my hair looks like. I took my headband out before my hair is getting long. It's getting too long for me to do anything with it, and I need a haircut. I don't know when I'll get a chance to do that, but I do need a haircut. And so I've been wearing headbands during the day because it drives me nuts, and I already took my headband out, so I don't know if my hair's flying all over or not, but it definitely needs to be trimmed. Anyway, so my daughter went back to Midland today, and Leland's still here, and he's having kind of a rough night being without Mommy. Now that he's moved down there with her about 6 weeks ago, he went down with her for good. Well, kind of for good. And I say kind of for good because they still come up here a lot, and he still comes up on occasion. But he's, been down there with her, and now he doesn't like being separated from her tonight, so he's having a really, really rough time. Until 6 weeks ago, he was here most of the time, and he slept in his bed, and he did fine. He had his radio on, and on a kids station, Abundant Life Kids, I think it's called, and he did really well, and he had for, several years, but now, it's different. Now he has a taste of being with Mommy 24/7 for, weeks and not being away from her, and it's really, really rough on him when he has to be away from her like he has to be this week. So we called her, but he just held the phone. He wouldn't let go. He wouldn't say goodbye. He wouldn't let go of it, and he wouldn't let me hang it up. It was, that was kind of rough. I'm sure it was rough for her too. Finally, the way we resolved it was Leland sleeps with Mommy down there or up here, and in the guest room there's a futon, a queen size futon, and that's where they sleep. So the way we finally resolved it tonight is Umpa, Pete, told Leland that he would go lay down with him in the bed that he and Mommy usually sleep in, and till he fell asleep. So that's how we left it. And so that's what we're doing. So while they're in there, I got my birds taken care of. I'm about to put leftovers away from dinner, which should have been done earlier, but we were having kind of a rough evening with little Leland because he's feeling really bad tonight, probably worse than I've ever seen him miss his mommy. Anyway, so got the birds done, so now I'm just finishing this up, and then I will get it in the I'll upload it to my computer and get it edited, get it put on YouTube, and then Pete and I can, hopefully Leland will be asleep by then, and Pete and I can relax and catch up on videos. We've been trying to catch up on videos, but we have time to watch, but not necessarily time to comment, so we may not do as much commenting as we usually do while Leland's here. You know, when it's just us, you know, it's one thing, but we might not be doing quite as much commenting. So, but we will get them watched and liked. We always click those thumbs up. They're those all-important thumbs up. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go, and it's about 9 here, and I will, so I can get this done, so we still have some time to watch some more videos tonight, some of you guys, and before we go to bed. So, have a great night tonight, and I hope you have a thrilling Thursday, and God bless. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.